I think it's 1:30 now. Can we start? Because the speaker is already here. So I think it's good if we start on time. Is it okay to start now?
Okay, Pak.
Sure.
Okay, sir.
Andi.
Okay. Let me. Okay. Hi. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Oh,
Afternoon.
how are you?
Pak.
Hopefully everyone stay healthy and safe. Yeah. I think this pandemic doesn't seem to be over, and but we must remain active in doing our activities. I think with busy time, we hope we enjoy the life and hopefully be better. And today we invite actually 4 speakers who are leaders from different industries here. And this event actually for CC-APAC, Contact Center Asia Pacific Association, since we established Asia Pacific Contact Center Association for 8 association from Australia, Indonesia, Malaysia, Singapore, Thailand, Taiwan, China, and Hong Kong. And hopefully it's growing later on. And this is the first time that we are doing online discussion, leaders talk, since we think that we need to do something for Asia Pacific to collaborate between industry. And I think this is could be interactive discussion. Hopefully every participant can ask question and we can chatting and talking directly regarding a specific topic today. The topic today is role of leaders in contact center changes. Yeah, many changes. Yeah. Okay. I think we will give opportunity to our speaker, and I will introduce one by one the speaker for today. The first speaker is Chapman Lam from Hong Kong.
Hi, everyone. Thank you, Andi.
Hi, Chapman. Yeah, Chapman is the leader from FWD Life Insurance. Yeah, and his friend for he's the former of chairman Hong Kong Contact Center Association. Yeah, and he's most of the time being judging for Indonesia Contact Center Association Award. Thank you for helping us. Yeah.
Terima kasih.
Thank you. And the second speaker is Kenneth Chong.
Hey, hello, hi.
Yeah. Kenneth now is the chairman of Contact Center Association of Singapore. Yeah, and now he is handling Amazon. Yeah, Amazon Cloud. Yeah. Okay, as a sales for Amazon. Yeah. So he also helped us to be part of the setup of Contact Center Association of Asia Pacific, as well as the judging for Indonesia Award. Yeah. Thank you for Kenneth for your time. And the third speaker is Ibu Lisa Widodo. Yeah.
Hello. Hi, everyone.
Okay, Ibu Lisa Widodo is the Executive Vice President of BLIBLI.com. This is fast-growing e-commerce company in Indonesia, supporting by a very solid group is BCA. Of course, yeah, we will know more about Contact Center of BLIBLI and the activity of BLIBLI in Indonesia. And last but not least, of course, this is the large contact center in Indonesia. She managed more than 20,000, I think, in contact center in Indonesia. Ibu Riri Amalas Yulita from Infomedia Nusantara.
Thank you, Pak Andi. Hi, everyone.
Yeah. She is the director of Infomedia operation. Okay. I think because the topic today is about changes, let's start to discuss, and you can also give us some viewpoint regarding changes, especially not only pandemic, because every time we are changing, but now pandemic become, of course, challenging for us. Now, what is the changes in your industry, in your contact center? Maybe anyone want to start first? Chapman or Kenneth?
Sure. Love to start.
Yeah.
I have been working in this contact center industry for, wow, 30 years this year.
Wow.
Starting from very inbound servicing focus, and then gradually moved to outbound, more revenue generation focus, but still very voice driven. But I'm sure in the recent years, we actually come across omni-channel experience. So we have voice, we have chat, we have written, we have face-to-face, online. So nowadays, the customer contact actually can be so much variety that we need to offer and cater. And I remember at the very beginning, back to 90s, we always talk about effectiveness. Whether we pick up the call, we answer the call, first contact resolution, and then a lot of workforce management comes in, talking more about efficiency or the ease of contact. And nowadays, again, we really want to focus more on the emotion performance. So we talk about customer experience, the customer bonding between us, leveraging our staff or technology. So there are changes every year, year on year. And my experience actually get more and more, not just from very beginning, people-oriented. Call center is a huge people operation. So we are very people-centered at the very beginning. But again, we apply a lot of new technology. Probably Kenneth will talk more about technology in his part. But we need to embrace them. We need to utilize it so we can deliver the emotion performance. The customer feel cared, feel understood, and also they feel we appreciate the relationship. So from the people management perspective, technology management perspective, I think as a leader in a contact center operation, we need to embrace those changes and equip ourselves, be open-minded. So talk about technology, okay. Talk about KPI, okay. Talk about people, we have to be very, very good. So it's my quick introduction. Maybe I will pass on to the other speaker, and then we can go back to have some further discussion on Q&A. Thank you.
Thank you, Chapman. How about your industry itself, insurance industries? Can you highlight a little bit your industry? What is changing in your industry?
In Hong Kong, take my insurance company operation example. When I joined 3 years back, the ratio between voice and non-voice transaction, the voice is around 2/3, and the digital transaction is around 1/3. And actually last year is totally opposite. So we are talking about 80% digitally handled, and the remaining 20% actually is handled by our live agent. So channel optimization mission is fulfilled. And then I actually move more towards how to enable our, for example, the app or the chatbot to enhance those straight-through processing. So the customer can actually get a lot of instant response, no matter it's a claims approval or is a chatbot answer instant. We talk about 2 second kind of answer speed. And we have a more powerful app that can present information in a multimedia format. So I think that's a lot of interesting project going. And we are not just targeting our end customer.
I see.
In insurance, we have a lot of sales agents. So we are equipping, enabling our sales agent to deliver the consistently good customer experience to their customer. So I think that is some other technology we applied recently. So happy to share later.
Yeah, thank you, Chapman. Okay, I think Kenneth ready to share their.
I kind of think if you look at the last 6-12 months and all, it's been quite phenomenal in terms of like what Chapman mentioned, right? The digital adoption, right? I would actually kind of look at it on a positive side and be optimistic, right? That the silver lining of what has happened, unfortunately, on the pandemic and everything has actually been the catalyst, or rather the accelerator for digital adoption and automation. They just kind of do things that we thought it was never possible. We kind of look at, I'm going to go and do an app, and then it's probably going to take me 6 months to hit X amount of adoption, and thereafter I need ambassadors to actually get it higher. But what you have actually seen was really the total pivot, and where the customers basically was able to do more things and adopt more than what we actually expected.
I see.
I mean, in my space, I have been quite fortunate in terms of working with customers in different sectors and all, right? Moving them, be it cloud or not, it's just a tech. I just happen to be in a cloud company, but in terms of where the customers operate, it doesn't need to meet where they are. But what you actually see is that things that were never possible. Think of it, right? That I was actually across one of the projects that a decision because there was lack of access of agents to agents. Agents couldn't go to work, right? There was a pivot to what we call no inbound agents. Just think of it, that your hotline will not be answered by an agent, zero, right? And everything is all contained by the bot, or rather within your self-service.
I see.
Right. I think the impact was really it was radical, right? But there was also the pressure to actually deliver things of what the customer wanted and still maintain that customer satisfaction score that you have at the end of that.
Yes.
Right. So this is what we saw. Yeah.
Thank you, Kenneth. Okay. I think we want to listen more from Bu Lisa regarding this, because I think so many changes in specific industry like e-commerce, and how, can you highlight more about customer experience in your contact center regarding these changes? Please, Bu Lisa.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you so much, Andi. Hi, everyone again. I think for those who doesn't know about BLIBLI, I think I'm just going to give a brief introduction. We're an e-commerce platform in Indonesia, based in Indonesia. And we've been around almost 10 years. So we've been alive for since 2011. So I think throughout the 10 years experience in serving the customer, of course, we see a lot of changes. Specifically, maybe in the past 1 year since the pandemic hit. But I think the way we lay out the foundation of our contact center since the beginning, it's always towards the online experience. So, the design of the way we work, the way we serve is everything about online and serving online. So when the pandemic hit, is actually for us, it's not that surprise in a sense. I think as a company, we're ready to be online. As a company, I think we're also aware that at some point of time that the adoption gonna be this much, because we're when we try to build BLIBLI, we try to build it on the long term. So we believe that this is the the future of how we're gonna interact with the customer, and it just happens in when the pandemic hit. It happens in 2020, and now I think it's getting especially in Indonesia. I mean, the pandemic is not slowing down at all. So this creates even more necessity for everyone in Indonesia specifically to move and to adapt with the new interactions. I think in the first time when we first introduced e-commerce, I think the channel between the call when you can really hear the human interactions and the non-call, which is like the chatting, social media, and all that. I think it's about 50% to 50%. But right now we're seeing even the call is less than 10%. So yeah, like majority of our interaction is really like how the millennial interacts or how the Gen Z interacts. So we've seen like even me and my daughter, we sometimes even in the same house we interact through chatting. So that's the kind of I think that's the kind of relationship in terms of the way we communicate to customers. I think that's the interesting part that we've seen a glimpse of the future. And I think in terms of the expectations, the expectation of the customer, we've seen that it also changes. We've seen nowadays customer, because of this speed of light communication happening, I think for the customer becoming more impatient toward everything. So they need a lot more instance in terms of everything. They expect instant reply, they expect instant goods to come. So that's another behavior that we've seen changing and specifically being accelerated once the pandemic hit.
Thank you, Bu Lisa. But can you highlight with changing from telephone to another media, is it customer experience better, or because expectation higher? Yeah, of course, they need more, they need faster, they need some. Is it your customer experience going better in BLIBLI? And is it the reason why more people buy from BLIBLI.com?
I think in terms of right now, I think there is two types of customer. One's the one that require instant solutions, and the other ones that can do multiple things at one time. So there's a two different approach, I think, on how because as you know, right? I personally, and I've seen a lot of this behavior also in human being nowadays. In 1 minute, we could switch from WhatsApp to our office email in 1 minute, to Instagram, back to office email, back to WhatsApp, back to Teams. That's kind of a human behavior that we've seen, right? So it seems that everyone nowadays is really, really getting used to having multiple things happening at the same time. Like Bu Riri just mentioned earlier, having 2 meetings at the same time. So that I think definitely for those that needs an instant solution, when we try to solve that, we usually call the customer directly. So we are we still do have that needs. We have a specific premium care agent that specifically handle the instant solutions, and we also have a specific agent that also handle those customers that still needs to having multiple things at one time.
Okay, yeah, nice to listen about that. Okay, let's give a time to Bu Riri to introduce about what changes in BPO in Indonesia. As a large BPO in Indonesia, I think it's a very challenging because you have so many clients, and maybe they need so many different requests. Okay, go ahead.
Yes, Pak Andi, thank you for this invitation. We are very comfort because I think I'm at the right place this noon. Sometimes we think we are very busy. Only we are very busy now. This evening, I think this noon, I think I have many friends busy for these changes. Okay, how about the changes for BPO business like us? Because we have more than 200 clients.
Wow.
Can imagine every client have rethinking about their objective of business. And they have a new arrangement to survive, to adapt it the situation, to more effort for serve their client, their customer. And BPO business like us have to be the supporting system. You can imagine we have to supporting system the client, but in the same time we have to support our team. 30,000 people every day. I have to put my heart beside them to make their confidence. We are together to fight the situation. That's the BPO meanings of changes. Now about the identify the changes in contact center, I think we have many things of operation models of contact centers because we are manage many kind of industry of company. So but lucky that's before pandemic we have like some strategy. We make we call it digital transformation scenario. We are remember before pandemic it's very hard to push the acceleration of digital to the client. But we are lucky now because every client asking us, please now I want to shifting like something like that. So we look the changes at the contact centers models operation, and we define each of the company. You can imagine how busy we are to support them. And I think to point for the client, for the customer, one thing is the still customer experience, the best customer experience. They don't want it reduced. But the second one is cost leadership for the customer or for the clients, because pandemic it's mean very tight situation. So we have to arrange all the variables very, very clearly to make sure the performance still high goal and but the cost is not increased, isn't it? But I think it's not tears, pandemic not tears, but it's for opportunity for us to proven how concerned us about the services. And it's lucky too for Infomedia, we are support the government, Pak Andi know that, to support the vaccination contact center, COVID contact center. We are very happy because we can give the best contribute for this country.
I see.
Maybe
you.
that Pak.
Buri is a little bit. You mentioned about it's a less cost. It means digital becoming less cost or more expensive.
I think less cost.
Less cost.
Because in big scaling, it's mean less cost, Pak. Because it's have to change.
So it means that it's help also organization to be efficient. At the same time, they become more effective.
Yep. That's why we have a question about our leaders, our team, what they have to do after this.
Okay.
Yes. We have to prepare it.
More insight.
More insight for that.
Yes. How to be effective and efficient. This is related to what Chapman mentioned before. Can I ask Chapman to come over to highlight what is the leader key roles in this changing? I mean that what leader have to do. Okay.
As I mentioned, quite a number of manual transactions actually moved to digital transaction.
I see.
And in the past 3 years, my budget never increased for a single cents. However, every year we increase our salary 2 to 4% here in Hong Kong. So we actually move some of the very high caliber contact center staff to another team, like the operation risk team, like the agile transformation team.
I see.
And our trainer become the chatbot trainer.
Mm.
Our CX manager become the agile product owner. So we understand they may not have the relevant experience at the very beginning, but we at the contact center operations staff, we are very agile, actually very flexible and very people oriented. And those things actually is applicable and very valuable in any roles in our company. So I actually observed a few successful stories of some of our staff actually rotating to different roles and perform so well. Especially, I keep saying, probably the customer service staff or the contact center staff, we are quite tech savvy. So they can well communicate with the IT team. And that's why we actually have both the business sense and somehow to understand how to perform being a super user from the IT project. So that is my experience. I'm so glad some of my teammates actually got the FWD star. They actually got a lot of internal, external recognitions by deploying or delivering some of the new projects like the transformation project. So again, we need to help our staff to take up new challenges, a little bit out of their comfort zone, and then make them be confident and then move forward in a new role. So yeah, that's my input.
Thank you, Chapman. Can I highlight that you mentioned that contact center become full of talent and leader need to push them to take advantage of another role in organization to be more to deliver more instead of only I mean that because some activities are already taking off digital or automation. Yeah, that's right.
But we need to understand each individual.
I see.
I need to admit some of the staff in contact center, they like the BAU.
I see.
They may not be a very good change agent.
Okay.
But some of them, they actually have the passion. It's not about age. It's not about education background. If they have the passion to experience new things, to offer some new customer experience through different channels, they are the best candidate. And I always say, no worry, you know, at the end, it's my sign off.
Okay.
If I'm willing to sign off for this project, you will be fine. So they know we are backing them up, we are supporting them, so they are more bravely to take up new challenges.
I see. Okay. So we need to push them regarding that. Is it Kenneth still there, or I need to? Bulisa, how about you regarding this? Okay, wait, Kenneth. Okay, Bulisa first. Yeah. How about the what is Chapman mentioned regarding become full of talent and the leader become key to push them to take a project, a new experience. Yeah. Otherwise, they will stay business as usual. Yeah. Okay. How about in your in your contact center? What is the role of a leader?
I think what I've seen, I think we have a very, very young populations in our contact center. I think majority of their age is below 25.
Wow, so young.
So a lot of creativity happens. So it's a lot of drive. Because majority of them are still single as well. So they have many times in terms of putting a lot more effort on how to be creative.
I see.
I think in our case, I think definitely because we're in the e-commerce business and we believe the future is this path. So what the leader in this part, which like myself above 40, I think we definitely need to let them shine. And you know, and when we just act like like providing the monetary support. If they need, more money to create this project, then it's our job to make it happen.
I see. You're very good. You're providing money for them to have a project.
Yeah, because a lot of projects need money, right?
Yeah. Okay. Thank you. Can we have what is Kenneth perspective regarding this? What is the role of leaders in specifically contact center in Singapore or your association?
Yeah, I think first that the leaders were very used to brick and mortars. You stand up, you can actually see your agents and all, right? And if I couple that from what Lisa kind of mentioned, you have a next gen coming in, and plus what's happening, right? There are two superpowers, if I can kind of call it, that the leaders we are seeing to actually start build, right? One, which is the management of a virtual workforce. So think of it that, my team, or rather other team we basically have not met each other, for example, for X number of months, right? And interestingly, I mean, if I kind of code that, not in the contact center side of it, but really from the CCAS association side of it, my exco, right? Our exco and CCAS have only met once in the last 18 months.
Oh, okay.
So think about how we work as a virtual team,
I see.
how managers manage, or rather a virtual manager managing a virtual team. The skills we have seen is different, right? The way you communicate, over a video call is no longer that physical touch or the physical comms, right? Those is actually one aspect where we've seen the leaders picking up that superpower.
I see.
The other superpower that I've actually seen, and I think it's getting of increasing importance, it's the understanding of data.
I see.
Understanding of the metrics, right?
Yeah.
The pulse of the business and the pulse of even not just the CSAT or effort score, but more importantly, even the pulse survey you have of your agents on a daily basis, the numbers will be telling you something. So it kind of say that the leaders are not moving into like a data scientist side of things, but the leaders need to be super sensitive to the numbers, and we use the numbers to actually give them the pulse of business.
I see. So leader need to have an insight of the data regarding that. So otherwise, because human touch is less because distant. Yeah. So they need to manage by data behind the data. Is it correct?
Yes, correct. Let the data tell you the info that you need. Right.
Thank
yes.
you. Okay. Ibu Riri, maybe. Can we ask, because Chapman mentioned regarding what is leader become now is have to observe their team. So I thinking about the HR division or HR position. Maybe the position of them become different. As a director in Infomedia, you're managing 30,000 people. How you manage the leader in your team?
Okay, thank you, Pak Andi. Actually, we are design it based on the industry, Pak.
Okay.
We design the division by industry, like telecommunication.
Okay.
Yes, and the big and the small business like that, and HR in one thing in shared service business, because we have two portfolio, Pak.
Yeah.
One contact center as customer relationship management, and we have other portfolio, we call it share service. They provide all our needs for peoples. So training and so on is due by others division. But in leaders, in operation manager, they do end-to-end.
Wow.
They maintain the team, they maintain the digital transformation. So they are very strong people. So I think the leaders are very, very key in these changes. And two important job for the leaders in Infomedia or BPO business.
Yeah.
One is in pandemic, they have to guarantee all our team is and safe.
Okay.
So we have a system to monitor where is the people, our agent, our team leaders at home. Now maybe about more than 50% our team has working at home, Pak, because our omni-channel has supported this, and we still monitoring them because the cluster of family is growing now. So we are watching them. Actually, we are watching. We are
monitoring.
Asking in the morning if they are you last night, and we make sure they are a very effective life in this pandemic. That's the leaders' contribution, monitoring the teams. And the second, they still have job to monitoring the customer experience delivery. So all of the parameters of services we have still actually more than commitment before pandemic, Pak.
Yeah. So leader
still have to.
Yeah. So leader have to have more.
Yeah, leaders have to solve all the problem.
Okay.
Yes, they have additional. They have additional job. They have additional job in this situation. But I always talk to them. Is the challenge for them to proven they are the best one of us. So in this situation, we can look the best of our leaders who the struggle and
It's mean that maybe you can give them award.
The leaders can. I plan this next week to give because many creativity they are doing in this pandemic.
Yeah. Terima kasih. Thank you, Bu Riri. I think we can give opportunity to participant to ask question. Can we? Okay. I think if you want to speak up, ask question, please raise your hand and or chatting here. Anyway, we have one question here. Oh, it's not one question. From Pak Sudibyo, banking, insurance, security, compliance. Okay, yeah, this is a good question from Pak Sudibyo regarding, especially in banking and insurance, because so many banking and insurance don't want to work from home because of the security issue. But I think as Chapman mentioned, how about your point regarding this? Because you are from insurance industry. Go ahead.
Yes, in the banking, insurance, or financial institution, we have a very strong risk and compliance team. And I think it's all about some kind of mutual understanding. So in all the digital transformation project I run, we run in Agile. And we have a lot of people-centered design workshop. And definitely, risk and compliance team are being invited from day one. So they are actually heavily involved in all the discussion. So they will listen, not just their risk kind of conversation, but they also understand what is the customer service talking about customer experience. They understand the IT, what are the possibility that IT can help to secure the data. So, and then we have a collective decision made with a much better balance of risk, business, and also performance. So that's how we work out those projects, especially we need to deliver some really good customer experience. We need their buy-in, we need their support. And I'm very glad my risk and compliance team, they are very professional and can get the right balance to support us to move on those projects. So communication, I think, is the key.
Okay. How about Kenneth? Yeah, because you are working with cloud, so many, maybe how about that? Because some people worry about the cloud security. Go ahead.
All right. So I think where I'm at, right? Security is day zero for us. So definitely a must,
Okay.
right? And I think that's also how the customers secure data and all is actually fully encrypted at store, rest, and transit, right? I think more importantly is really about the business process and like what Chapman mentioned, right? The risk, security, and compliance.
Okay.
And beyond what you can actually control with tech on what appears at the agent desktop, let's say, for example, when they work from home securely and all, right? There are also, I think, as we started conversing with some of the customers, really about the environment that the agents are working in as well, right? Think of it that, well, some of us may have the privilege of, working in your own room or rather in your study, right? We have seen cases where, for example, like in Singapore, housing is expensive. So the agents are probably sharing rooms or rather the apartments together. And I couldn't have someone that's behind me, right? Having a call and then what happens, right?
Okay.
So things such as even security, even at home, of what gets displayed at the laptop, what gets captured by your camera, that, for example, things such as if I logged in, someone else come in front of the screen, basically it blanks out, right? To protect the data that's actually being sent, or even the very fact that, for example, if I'm a cheeky agent, right, and I'm at home, there's no bosses that that kind of forbids mobile devices to be brought onto the contact center floor. Things such as even if I put in a mobile device, straight away the screen blanks out as well. So there are environments, or rather there are scenarios that have been worked on, right, to make sure that even a over the head type of thing basically protects what data is actually being seen, right? So think of, again, I'll probably pull back and kind of look at working backwards, right? Really about what's the business outcome, right? What is the ideal state that you want to operate on, right? And then use the technology to actually enable that.
I see. Thank you, Kenneth. How about Bu Lisa, security on your contact center? Is it really very important in e-commerce? How leader can manage the team, monitoring the team instead of the security of the data?
Yeah, I think the way we see it, we do not manage financial customer financial information. So we purely like an e-commerce platform. And we believe that in our case, I think because of the situations, I think for us to be able to operate 24 hours, it's really crucial as of this moment. I think we also have a policy of following the government regulation as well. 25% maximum that can come to working from the office, because we are not in the one of the industry that has the luxury of having 100% employee to come. So that's kind of what's going on right now. So the way we in terms of the infrastructure, thankfully we've been doing it since the beginning, so it's easy for us to do that transition. And I think in terms of who get to work, it's more into agent that needs support. So like a new agent, usually we require them to come to our office instead of working from home. So we make sure that their score is it's okay enough to serve to our customer. Once they hit an excellent score, then they are entitled to go and working from their home if that's the case. Because again and again, I think the safety and healthy of our agents is becoming our priority as of this moment.
Okay, can I ask another question for you, Bu Lisa? Since majority of people walking distance, how you develop develop your leaders? I mean, how you develop your people to be leader? Yeah, because I mean that we need leader, but it cannot be instant. Yeah. So how you do it in your organization?
Yeah, I think we're doing it the way, not the old school way. I think we're doing it the millennial way.
Okay, how millennial way? Yeah, can you tell us?
I think they're more comfortable of talking in that language. I think it's the way, I think it's the simplest way I put it. So I think how do we talk in that language? I think not. I think number one rule is not thinking that our way or the way that we used to do things is the best. Even though we have 20+ year experience, even though we have 30+ year experience, but I think having that open mindset, us as a leader, and listening to what they're coming from and what the future might look like, I think it's a fair share that having to be able to listen to what they think. I think one of the way is the way we communicate. We do a lot of how do you call it? Engagement actually. We have our Instagram for our agents. So we also have like what we call as a Blitz magazine. So our agent, we call it Blitz. And then we create a monthly magazine just to share their achievement over the others. We also have, our Instagram is also very active. I think especially during this pandemic, I think our engagement rate, I think, is above the world standard. I think 8% or something. And then, they gain a lot of followers as well. And, just doing it that way. We have movie night, believe it or not. And the things that we usually do offline, it's still happening, but it's just on a different format. Yeah.
Is it mean that the majority of leadership development, no more formal development, is a majority informal?
I think so. I think the youngster, I think they are much more open. I think they think that they know everything, right?
I see.
And I think we should give them credit for that, because
sure.
I think at their age, me at their age, maybe with the information going on, I think I'm kind of I think they absorb a lot of information nowadays, and things are move very fast nowadays. So I think having the ability to meet on the middle ground between the younger worker and us, we thought that we have 20 years experience, but the reality, everything is new. So that's I think that's what makes a difference. Yeah.
Yes, sure. It means that you are part of them.
I have to. Yeah, I have to. Yeah.
Yes. Thank you, Bu Lisa. How about Bu Riri? Okay, Bu Riri, you have so many people in Infomedia. Of course, you have different kind of leaders, from young, millennial, including the colonial as well. Yeah, colonial. Sorry to say that. So you have a different kind of leader. How you develop them?
Actually, I'm agree with Bu Lisa. We have to adapt it to them, ya Bu ya. To be younger is easy, Pak. So I think same with Bu Lisa. We are try because more than 70% is the younger, the millennials. So all our leaders try to understand their word, like Bu Lisa explained. We are live at the IG story, ya Bu, every day, and give the heart for them every day. And they have many creativity, Pak, at social media, and I follow it all.
I see.
You can imagine I'm be their friend. in the social media.
Social media.
They can share everything with me in chat in my IG,
I see.
and they can give me motivation sometimes. Bu, you have to like this. so close like that we are to manage them, but in that conversations actually we are give the message for them how they have to grow in this situation. I have managed my social media to be the one of my communication tools to give the the sample of role models to all of level of my leaders, because my leaders have many layers ya Pak.
Yeah.
Have a vice president, managers, general managers, and staff and agent. They know me. Maybe like that Pak. I think it's opportunity this new word, yeah, this digital word, I think, and I optimize that. But in then we are give the message about digital acceleration, because the leadership is changes.
Yeah.
We have a class for leadership at Wednesday. They have a special class.
Every
Yeah.
Wednesday.
Yeah, every Wednesday, every leaders have class to share to their team what the changes happen in their company clients. So we can adopt it and fast learning about the changes. I think that's part.
Thank you, Bu Riri. How about Chapman, regarding how you develop your leader in your team? How many people in your organization right now?
It's around 120.
120, yeah.
Under my
yes,
team.
sure. Yeah, sure.
And because insurance company, we have some kind of history. So some of our team leaders or even the frontline people, they have been working here for almost 20 years.
Wow.
So, but we have some new hire at the same time working on the chatbot project. So again, I think we quite interestingly, we apply some of the personality profiling like MBTI, our team building. So they understand, they have the self-awareness, who they are. They also understand the other partners, who they are, and they appreciate the differences. So from those kind of profiling, I can tell some people maybe are more ready to move forward. Some are more stable, want to devote more time for their family and want to be stable. So so we need to check individually. And then once they show their interest to do more, we definitely want to go along with them, do some kind of a joint or co-creation of those kind of role. So our company is very good that we are very flexible in terms of moving people around, geographically, even outside Hong Kong. So we have this kind of opportunities or capability to support our staff. And no matter what, they need to show us they are very customer-centric.
Okay.
They are open-minded for new things like the new technology or big data or whatever kind of channel new innovation.
I see.
And then we bring in consultant. We have our managers working together with them, and then we have top management to recognize if they deliver. So it's kind of company culture.
I see. Is it typical in Hong Kong insurance industry like that? That employee retention is higher?
So far, the turnover rate for my team is very good, has been very good. I'm quite lucky on that.
Okay.
But true, for some other insurer, they may experience some high turnover issue. And that is the reason that we need to be careful what they really want. Do we offer or do we have that opportunity for them? They do it internally. If so, why not? Why not we offer them? Otherwise, they move on to other to our competitors, then we lost our caliber.
I see. Developing people, and then they're moving to another competitor. Yeah. Okay. How about Kenneth? Can we have some development leader in contact center in Singapore?
Yeah.
Especially for Amazon. Amazon is a very big company worldwide. I think I saw that so many changes in Amazon regarding the business model and so on. Maybe you can highlight as well. Thank you.
Yeah, I think I probably covered both first, right? So regards to, I think in the Singapore side of it, kind of covered that the virtual team management, right? That was something that has evolved, right? Even for myself, right? You know, as I actually talked to the millennials and all, even talking to my nephew and everything, right? I kind of figured out what is IDK, right? And then I kind of figured out what was cray, right? I kind of say that, yeah, cray is like, I'm not crayfish, but I'm actually crazy, right? So those are some of the things that you kind of like what, you know, both Riri and Lisa kind of mentioned. You have to be there. You must be on their curve, right? At their level when you actually do the communications. That level of earning trust and all is what the managers has actually evolved to. Training, right? Again, you know, by nature of what's the conditions have also gone online, right? And the engagement basically has also been that of being online as well. So we have trainers, even like as we actually partner organizations such as the likes of COPC and all, right? Those sessions were all delivered online, right? So reskilling and learning never stops, right? It's just about the delivery platform, right? And I guess I think if you look at the broader organizations in the likes of the .com, right? Yeah. So even prior to that, we were a bit lucky, like just like, you know, BLIBLI, right? The organizations was already operating with virtual agents. So when the pandemic hit and all, it was basically like, let's just ramp up, right? And new agents that were being hired at the point from last year onwards, right, were all virtual agents, and they were actually being managed by the likes of virtual managers. So because I think what was actually highlighted and was actually learned also in the Singapore organizations or customers, right, the operators, is that the skill set is a bit different when you operate or you manage an in-person team, right, and you manage a virtual team. The level of communication or empathy is totally different, right? It takes a different skill, right? And that was actually what we found. Yeah.
I see. Yeah. Okay, as long as they are not married with people virtually. Okay. Anyway, okay. There is question from what is Ardan Ramadan regarding here. Okay, as mentioned, I think as we mentioned that digital transformation is there, and of course, digital transformation is accurate in terms of the digitalization, but of course, we worry regarding the customer experience, the quality of service. Yeah, maybe Bu Riri or Bu Lisa want to share how you manage the quality of service with digitalization area. Bu Lisa first.
Boleh.
Okay, silakan.
I think in terms of the monitoring, for sure, we have pretty much scorecard to make sure, to make sure that the agent gets scored.
Okay.
But what's interesting, I think usually everybody does scorecard. But what important is starting last year, we monitored what we call as a human error rate.
I see.
So all in all, by the end of the day, it's still human who operates, right? Yeah. Even though we automate, even though things are simpler, but there's always a function of the human that can create an error throughout the journey.
I see.
So we it's very interesting metric. I think we found out that when we started to monitor the human error rate, then people are aware that they are being monitored through different aspects because of the cost of the human error.
I see.
And then what we found is it turns out that those who have a high score of human error rate.
I see.
Can you guess? Is it the new employee or the old employee?
Old.
Exactly.
Of course, the problem always there.
We were like, okay.
Yeah.
So it's not the new agent who makes the human error rate. It's usually the agent that served us more than 2 years. So we would expect them to actually understand and the know-how.
Yeah.
But it turns out it's not that is not the reality. So I think all in all, I think in BLIBLI, I think we're very fond of data. We're very fond of monitoring. I mean, I love doing that. And I think every week, even me and the leadership at BLIBLI, we actually going through all the customer pain point, whatever the quality monitoring find out.
I see.
So we do that every week. So we raise about 3 cases a week that we figure out and what can we improve. So and then we develop short-term plan, medium plan, and then long-term plan. So yeah, up until now, I think I'm still monitoring in terms of what the customer gone through in terms of the experience.
Okay. Bu Lisa, I can last time I remember that someone from BLIBLI said that in quality monitoring in your contact center, you have something like self-assessment. So your agent can evaluate themselves.
Yes.
Is it correct? Can you elaborate regarding this?
Yeah, I think it's because there's about every time people are thinking about carrot and stick, right? But I think this is the idea comes from the youngster as well. So they feel that when they does things right, or when they got acknowledged by the customer, or it's they're solving something, they're solving a case that is something unique. And sometimes our quality monitoring cannot capture this, right?
I see.
So we are providing a platform whereby they can submit their case. The good one, of course. The good one. So they themselves can be proud of their achievement, and they themselves can get the exposure and highlight needed.
I see.
And sometimes the customer that is also serving, a lot of them are thanking back the agents.
I see.
In terms of the way we handle things humanly. So that's I think it's very important, because sometimes you have to be proud of what you do, and sometimes proud of what you do is there's a self-acknowledgement before other acknowledgement. So I think being able to say that I'm proud instead of people are applauding, but being able to understand that I'm proud of what I do, I think is basic human need. Okay.
Later on, I want to listen how you recognize them. But now I want to talk to Bu Riri regarding this. How you next. Okay, Bu Riri, how you manage the quality of service, because digitalization, changing very fast, and they are more accurate. But in terms of human, how you manage the quality of service, since you have 200 more clients, it's difficult you to maintain the same level of services for all of them. How?
Yes, Pak Andi. First,
difficult to answer here, Bu.
monitoring level is the client want, what client needs.
Okay.
So what we have a commit to the clients. For example, like maybe we call it like Telkomsel. Telkom is very big company with 1,000 people, siapa. It's mixed channel, digital and conventional calling. So we have many tricks for manage the quality of delivery. But in overall, to answer the question, for working from home 2 days, we have a real-time monitoring, Pak, with our omni-channel system. Our monitoring, our omni-channel system can monitoring is real time, give our report, and client can monitor it by themselves. Every day, every time, and we can give analytics every week about the situation. We have a client with 100% at home, Pak. 100% at home. In this 2 weeks later, we have growing about 20% to more home because a pandemic is growing addicted. So, but we have a uniqueness way to make the quality stay. We call it zero defect program, Pak.
Okay.
It I developed by myself actually. One day, one CEO of our client asking us, no, we cannot have complaint at social media. You can imagine, Ibu Lisa, how I can control this netizen. So I make the program, we call it a zero defect program, but it's lucky for us because it's running, and it's a combine controlling not in quality assurance people, but controlling it's a supervisor with controlling assurance, QA, and then supporting, Pak. 3 of leaders I asking to stay in the back room. So if the agent needs something, they can make alarm, and the supporting system come and help them. Because in the big scaling contact center, we can manage. Sometimes they feel it's every day I working like this gitu ya, Bu Lisa. So we make sometimes the alarm. No, now you are on the fires. So it works, Pak. In the many big scaling contact center, it works. They are very confident together to solve the problem. For example, if one of the customer needs emergency help, like in the home is down, internet is down. It's very important for telecom to support it fast. We have the strong leaders to help it.
Right.
We are called it zero defect program, Pak.
Nice to listen regarding that. I mean that this is the adoption of technology is very. I mean that so many improvement in your company. Is it helping by other vendors, or you doing yourself for the technology development?
For the core system platform omni-channel, we are developed by our company, Pak, because we have a start at 5 years ago. So last year we are finished. Now we are prepared for omni-channel X. It will be a hub, so we can make integrated one contact center with other like BPJS TK and BPJS Kesehatan. So we can make it like big data. But some we are joined with the partner to support us, because some of client needs that. Then we don't have the system, so it's open for us to join with partnership with others company.
I see. Okay, it seems that there is a question from participant. Someone raised hand. Can we give opportunity to? Okay. Okay, Mas Rendra.
Can I ask a question?
Rendar, yeah, from Coca-Cola. Can you ask question very short? Yeah, make it short, so to the point.
Okay. Okay. Thank you for the opportunity, Pak Andi, and all the ICCA member today that joined the conversation. I think I want to asking back to topic, which is the topic is leader role in this time of change of unpredictable situations here. But as a leader in contact center, I think in this kind of unprecedented situation or this changing situation is to ensure that our team stay vigilant and safe. But I heard from some of the audience that we cannot really apply 100% work from home mode. Even though I think the infrastructure now is supporting us to do that. So my questions, number one is, what is the obstacle beside the security side for us not working from home at the moment? I know perhaps some of your team already vaccinated, but it is not guaranteed. And the second one is, how are you ensuring the level of engagement and what kind of activities that you created, if you can share to us to improve your engagement level? Thank you.
Thank you, Mas Rendar from Coca-Cola for the question. Anyone want to answer this question about what is the obstacle to make them working from home or from office and engage?
Yeah, the security side, yeah, I think.
Yes, both sides, yeah, of course. Yeah, please. Oh, Kenneth. Okay, go ahead, Kenneth.
Yeah, probably share one of the. You probably see that in the press. It's actually one of the, one of our government agency, right, which is CPF board, right. They actually shifted 300 agents that they had, all of them, right, during last year to work from home. So technically, if you look at that, right, beyond just FSI, right, financial services and insurance that we cannot talk about, that is actually data sensitive. Government agencies are even worse, right? So they're even more strict, stricter regards to the data, repository as well as the access. And it's really about the partnership. I think end of the day, it's really about your objective goal is to make sure that the business continues to run. Yes. Your agents continue to actually service your clients, or rather in this case, citizens, right? So your partners with IT, your partners with InfoSec is going to be key, because those inputs and all, and how you strike that balance, right? Again, with regulatory, with security, and then your operation effectiveness, it all has to come together. Yeah. So to actually share, yeah, it has been done. We have banks also who has done that as well. So it's technically possible. It's about how you marry everyone together in a sense to actually get everyone on board. Yeah.
Okay, thank you, Kenneth. How about others? Anyone want to add?
I think I share a bit on my own experience in FWD. Currently, actually, there is no major obstacle for work from home. And we do have 100% work from home operation in the past few months. And gradually, some of our staff actually prefer working in the office instead of staying at home all the time. So we give them the opportunity or the autonomy, whether they want to come back based on their own situation. If they want to stay from home, no problem. Technically, all the VPN, the telephony, or the communication platform are all very ready for the work from home situation. And how to engage the staff, that is the key. And again, luckily, our team leader, they are very people-oriented. So no matter they are call them, WhatsApp with them, they just make sure they are all good, they are all safe, and they really do call monitoring, and they sometimes find out some room for improvement, and they do the coaching online. So I think for me, not much major hurdles or obstacles for FWD to run work from home model. Yeah, we are lucky.
So it seems that the choice of working from office or working from home, because some people thinking that sometimes they need to meet someone at office here. It's not because of we push them to working from office or we working from home. How about Bu Riri? What is your regulation for your
Yes. I'm very interesting to discussion about this because it's our homework, because we don't know when pandemic is over.
Yes.
So we are very confident to say work from home is have a risk, but work from office have a risk too.
Yeah.
So we have to decide which one we have to choose. In Infomedia, as BPO with many company as a client, we make a concept of we call it next normal concept operation. Maybe next time, ya Pak, we can share.
Yeah, sure.
We divine which people can work from home, which technology will apply, like security, and then, and how about the business process? We have to change it or stay like that. How to control it works or not? And then the places, maybe it's continue our discussion in WA group about the places.
Okay.
I have personal opinions because work from home is running well. So the places maybe one day
No
not
border.
important thing for
Okay.
us.
Okay.
Yeah, no border, because technology will support us very well.
I see.
So Pak Rendar, I'm very happy about discussion, and then we can discussion more. We have a concept how we can through this pandemic with work from home. I
Yes.
think it's no matters, so we can do it, because the first rules is we have to protect our teams to
Yeah,
safe
great.
and healthy.
Yes, yes.
Now our job like that. Thank you.
See. But we still thinking about to develop them, because they are not only working, but we also need to develop them. How about Bu Lisa? I think because you have so many youngers, so that they need to rise up. How?
I mean, since the pandemic, definitely we already apply majority of working from home. Again, I think the data help us to understand as what's going on, whether they achieve, whether they are serving our customer correctly. And I think in terms of the engagement, I think working from home and even not meeting, we can still having an engagement on a different form, right? I think I've seen a lot of the people here in BLIBLI starting to send some, send some food to their house, and or send some gift. Maybe we never done that before. We never done that before the pandemic. I didn't know where everyone lives. But now it's like, hey, can I get your address? And it's easily, everyone just give, oh, this is my address. In the past when people ask you, hey, can I have your address? What do you want? I'm not gonna share you my address.
Anyway,
what are you trying to do? Did I do something wrong?
Yeah.
So I think it's a different type of engagement.
Yes.
And I think from what I've experienced, I think the element of surprise, having somebody sending you package, it's also spark a different type of engagement. Definitely, that's never been experienced before, and I think that's positive.
Can I ask, what is your favorite drink during this pandemic?
Me?
Yes.
Oh,
yeah,
I think it's the new norm. I love new things. I love change, and I think to be able to experience different things, with this new normal, I think I love it. To tell you the truth, because I've been operating with the old norm for 40 years.
I see.
And I think with this pandemic, I think it's just give a different perspective of how we see life.
I see. Last week, Lisa, I buy something from BLIBLI.com, a new kind of drink, and I think I enjoy it. I just want to try. Let me sometime I share to you.
Oh, thank you. Do you need my address, Andi?
Okay. Any other question from the floor? So it seems that no question. Okay. I think it's time for us to sharing the tips. Yeah, maybe one by one of you can share a tips how we can identify what is the role of leader in these changes, and maybe learning from you all is good to share with others, and we can exchange the idea, something like that. Yeah. Okay, who want to start? Maybe Chapman want to start first, or Bulisa? A minute. Who start?
Sure.
I mean, give a tips for them how the changes. I mean, the role of change leader in these changes. Yeah, I think maybe we can capture some tips from you. Yeah.
Oh, sure. I always get that. I think I would like to quote some of the well-known figure from the world, John Maxwell. I think everyone knows about John Maxwell, I hope. If not, at least you must have read one of his books. I think he mentioned about one of the quote that I really like, and I think is really connect with our current situations, is people may hear your words, but they feel your attitude. So I think the attitude is the bold and the underline here. I think as a leader, is right now in this world, in this matter, it doesn't matter what you say. It's matter is what you do and what your action is. So I think that's really the highlight that I think really connect to everyone who has the privilege to lead a team.
Okay, give a promise, but don't forget to to do it. Yeah, give a promise, but
I mean, not everyone has a privilege to have a team, right?
I see.
I mean, it's in the world. I mean, in the sense that, and it's just happened that many of us in this meeting has that privilege, and I think we just don't forget that. It comes with responsibilities.
Yes, become leader not easier, but you need to do it. Yeah. Thank you, Bulisa. Yeah, Chapman. Tips.
Yeah, I really agree. We should walk the talk. People can tell whether you are genuine or not, and we need credibility of leaders to motivate, to lead the people. So I also want to share is sometimes nowadays we are less concerned about how and what our staff actually do. We more drive them by why or the purpose. So with a clear purpose, with a clear why we want to move forward to that direction, the team actually will add on their own skills, and also a lot of innovative creativity will come into the team. So I would suggest let's focus on how or what, focus more on why, and inspire them to work towards the purpose.
I see. Thank you, Chapman. Kenneth?
Yeah, so I'm picking out the keywords and all right from Lisa in terms of attitude, Chapman in terms of credibility and why. I think some of you probably know that I like to just simplify it with characters or rather alphabet. So I probably look at the superpower that things that the leaders should be looking at is probably the 3 E's, right? One, the empathy side of it, right? Empathy both for your staff, right, as well as for your end customers in terms of when you actually operate. Right. The other E is really about engage, right? I think all the more critical, right? The engagement key is key during this period of time because your team may not be just in front of you; they may be virtual, they may be anywhere. And I like the example about you're gonna send something to me and give me your address, right? So that engagement is key, right? Because this is how you connect with your team members right now, right? Be it virtual chats, and also there are ways to communicate, right? And the last E, if I look at that, is that especially deal with millennials as well as the trust with the team, right? Earning trust and empowerment is probably the next E that you'll be looking at, because this is also how I think as you actually operate as a leader, for you to move up the chains, right? It's really about who's going to be your successor, right? You need to empower someone, or rather you need to train them up so that you can have your backfield, so you can actually move for a new adventure. Yeah, so these are the 3 E's that I'll look at. I
see. Okay. Wow. Thank you, Kenneth. How about Bu Riri? Well, Bu Riri have so many, because as one of the teacher in Infomedia to teach the leader, yeah. Give a tip, yeah.
Okay, thank you, Pak Andi. Actually, in next normal concept, we are dividing 2 kind of people we need today's like situation pandemic. We are need the creating competent and adaptive capability talent. It's mean everybody in our system have to create their competent to adaptive. So they are very, because in our company very dynamic needs, they have to dynamic to adaptive with the situation, and then they have to have capability to empowering their team, of course. But because acceleration of digitalization is very strong, they have to capability to empower themselves to utilize the system. It's, I think, is very difficult, but they have to. Maybe some of them can do it, but sometimes some of them cannot. But it's okay. And I have 3 tips for the leaders for this situation with our experience. The first one, analytics is a must. They have learned the data. They have to know the situation, not only just feeling like that, because the client needs the precision recommendation, and then have to more consultative and collaboration. We push our team has that capability, Pak, because they have to make our clients believe that transformation is running well. Sometimes client not confident, so they have to be the consultants, like Pak Andi lah, because that we will to learn with you, Pak. And collaboration. I think collaboration very important today. Maybe like this situation, we can share, we can hand in hand to solve the problem. And in Infomedia, many solutions we have create at a time. So we need sometime call someone to discussion and something. Thank you, Pani.
Oh, the last one is collaboration. Okay. Thank you.
Yes.
Yeah, you mentioned analytic data, consultative, and collaboration.
Yes.
It sounds good. Yeah. When I tried to initiative this event for CC-APAC, it's also very difficult. Chapman maybe cannot know regard this, but I try my best to make it active, and hopefully it's happen now. And we will continue to have monthly discussion, and as well, hopefully industry players can have a sharing. Anyway, someone here I want to ask to speak, yeah, because we need to listen also. Can I ask Chan from Malaysia, because he travel around for some cities. Maybe can I ask you to speak to give what is the challenge for the leader in your observation, Chan?
Wow. Hi, Andy. I think you're testing my alerts and told you to make sure.
Okay.
Yes, I'm still here.
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
So I can't start my video because I'm I'm too casual at home.
Okay, that's fine.
Don't mind your voice. I think to make it short, leader nowadays is like what I actually taught in some of the university. We are not sitting here and wait for things to change. Leader nowadays, to get your team to work, leaders have to move faster than your team. So catch up with the technologies, to actually to manage the team in work from homes, remote location, in office are totally different things from what we actually experienced even like 2 years ago. You see, things have speed up too fast. So I think leaders, not only you have your primary leadership skill on management, your attitude and character to pick up new things and understand, apply to your team and make your team understand how important the technology that can make their life better in terms of management. That is where the crucial part that a lot of management had to pick up. Because I know those days I travel a lot, many countries. When you ask questions about especially the operation manager, they know their operation very well, but they ask about how to apply technology or process, a new thing for the team. Yes, they will very struggle. Yeah, they know how to manage people there, but they don't know how to apply technology. So I think this is my few comments. Yeah.
Thank you, Chan, for the comment. Sure. As well as because some people mentioned regarding the data analytic, can I ask someone from data analytic here to speak up? Christopher, yeah, from Singapore, is it? Can you speak up? Share some about how data analytic in leader.
Hey, hi, Andi, everybody. Thanks for these opportunities. We're talking about analytics. It's really that how much time the people spending time to really do manually, and then with all the voices that you capture, the voice of customer, we can talk about it. But at the end of the day, the last 6 months, what your customer is talking about. That's how the analytic comes in. Okay. And we see that these are moving trend, and both the data and also all the voice data, unstructured data, all these will come in very strongly.
I see. Thank you. So there is a lot of changes in that analytic and more advanced, yeah.
Yeah, that's right. And in fact, most of the company today start to focus back to the data from different sources. And that's where all the data come in, the big data scattered, come together, consolidate to do a more analytical analogy.
How about the adoption of the analytical data in the Asia Pacific countries?
Actually, it's coming more and more, Andi. I think in most of the perhaps contact center world, when you do a lot of survey, have been replaced by the analytics, where survey sometimes you can do certain control. Certain of the survey result may not be right, but the voice of the customer, when you actually capture the real voice and you actually convert them into analytical portions, that's where the real voice that can be heard. So we see that the trends are growing, especially in the banking, in the enterprise vertical. I think that's growing much faster in the region.
So banking is the most key. What is key user? Yeah.
That's right, exactly.
Okay. Okay, back to Bu Lisa. There is a question here from audience. From Bu Maharani from Pets, yeah. I think this is related to your question. New generation is hard to understand and have to yes, give a comment regarding this.
Bentar, dibaca dulu bentar.
Okay, I read for you.
What is your strategy?
Handle young people as your team, that we already know that new generation is hard to understand. Okay. Okay.
I think as a human being, is a complex being, right? I mean, even the older generation is also hard to understand.
Even colonial also very difficult to understand, yeah.
I think even I'm having difficulty understanding myself sometimes.
Yes.
But I think I think the key, I think all the leaders right here, I think Kenneth, Chapman, Riri, I think has mentioned all the good stuff. I think if I could summarize it, be able to empathize, like Kenneth has mentioned about 3E, right? Be able to engage, be able to empower, and then Bu Riri adding one more key necessity, be able to collaborate.
Yes.
So I think that's like the magic word and surviving in your career. I think that's a lot of good magic words that can be your day-to-day guidance on how you approach problem, on how you act and react. I think I think it's just follow the simple steps. Don't think as it's like you have to solve the water problem in the world. Just follow simple steps. I think the basic human needs. I think people needs to be heard. Even they need to be heard. Even often me needs to be heard. I think just follow simple steps. It's not rocket science. Don't make rocket out of it. Just do it in a habit.
Yeah.
I
Before we listen to others regarding this perspective, I want to ask Pak Sarapan from PETS as well, because this is your team. Maybe you can answer better, Pak Sarapanan.
Yes, I'm here.
Because this is your team question. How you manage the youngers? Is it very difficult to manage in your team?
Seriously, I've been listening from Ibu Lisa, Kenneth, Ibu Riri, and also Chapman. I mean, this is a situation that we need to admit, we need to agree. We have a combination of generations, and how do we manage them? And I don't have any special tips, but I believe in one thing is that continue to engage and engage and engage.
I see.
So I don't have 3 E's. I only have 1 E, which is engagement is actually very key. Regardless of the particular generation that they are, we need to continuously making sure that our presence is actually visible and their presence are also visible to us. And we need to continuously ensuring that, we hear them and they need to hear us too. And this is actually what I've been practicing in my leadership style in PTEUX today, making them to be heard. And at the same time, we have to ensure that we continue to be there for them, regardless of good or bad time.
Okay. Thank you, Pak Sarapan.
No worries.
I want to, have a chance to younger here to speak up. Any young people here want to speak up? We encourage them to speak here. Is it difficult to manage young people? Okay. Come on.
Oh, I think we have one rep from BLIBLI.
Okay, let's mention the name.
Evania Surya masih ada nggak?
Okay.
Yes, Ibu.
Okay, go ahead. Want to listen from you?
I'm going to start from how old are you? Maybe Fran?
Yeah, okay.
Okay, right now I'm 27 years old.
Wow, 27. And you are the vice president? Okay. Yeah, go ahead, Evania.
Oh, okay.
Share something, how the leaders play the role,
Okay, I think in Blitz, the leaders are very communicative, and I think they, like Bu Lisa just said, they're not using the old way to communicate with us because, and I think the leaders are also put big trust in me, so I can use my own way and my own creativity to get more engaged with all our agents. Like Bu Lisa just said that we have our own Instagram, TikTok, Blitz Magazine, and etc. And that's just the way how we engage with our agents, and it really works. And our agents are giving good feedbacks about our program, and so yeah, we're just continuing that initiatives, the millennial way to get engaged with them.
Thank you, Mbak Evania Surya. from BLIBLI. Okay. I think anyone to add regarding it, or we answer the question. This is very good question from Ahmad Hanif regarding how we rising the human capital quality. Yeah, because yeah, we talking about the leadership development. Of course, Bu Riri mentioned regarding the importance of data analytic capability. Yeah, consultative collaboration, and add on some regarding this. And Bu Lisa mentioned that there is no more formal learning model for new leaders. How we increase the human capital quality. And Chapman also mentioned regarding contact center become full of talent. So this is actually a good point that we can highlight. Okay, can you start with Chapman?
Yep. So yes, I think in our operation also have quite a lot of university graduate who may not be graduate from the top tier university, but I think our call center is one of the best environment for them to grow. In fact, we are not running a actuarial or data scientist kind of operation. We are more in a people, customer service, or communication driven kind of environment. Academic will be very helpful, definitely. But we have so many opportunities for the staff. They can demonstrate other kind of qualities to the top management.
I see.
And I don't think if we or our staff, our leaders can showcase how we care about our staff, our customer, and can clearly deliver those KPIs we promise. I don't see there's any hurdles for our staff to further excel in our career. And I think, welcome. Join the call center, talk to our customer, build trust, and then showcase to everyone. We have a very capable team, very dynamic team.
Yes. Yeah. You just need to be consistent in this industry. Yeah. Like me, it's already more than 20 years in this industry. Okay. How about Kenneth? Maybe you can answer two questions. This.
I think if you look at it from a Singapore industry side of it, right? Talents are diverse, right? We both have local as well as foreign talents, right? That's very much common within the Singapore landscape, right? Particularly, I think if you look at it, it's not just about manpower costs, but it's also about the skill sets that they bring to the table. So a very fundamental one is really languages, right? But beyond languages, it's really about the access of information, or rather the knowledge and the know-how that they actually bring. So I think if you look at it, right, about the responsibilities and all that's been given, it has to be earned, right? And it's really about how you kind of earn the trust with the management and to be given more, roles and projects and all to undertake. So it's not about where you come from. I think end of the day, everyone is treated equally, right? It's about, how you strive to be better. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you. Yeah. Diversity. Yes. This is a challenge. Yeah. Okay. Ibu Riri, I think this is your turn to answer this question.
Thank you, Ahmad Hanif. It's the good question too. I like it. At 2000, I am as a manager call center for Telkomsel, the first call center with 37 people. We are recruited as a call center, and company said they are only as a call center agent. So we divine they are recruited by the qualification for agent. Today's half of them be a vice president in Telkomsel. You can imagine. It's proven. It's proven. What I do when at the 2000, I give day to hours to analyze what they do every day and tell us every day what they do. Just that. I want to tell the background is not a reason how be a one. And at contact center today, as 2000, maybe 20 years ago, yeah. Now, today's digitalization make many capability for the people at contact center. So the rules not like before. Everybody can growing at contact center. Today at Infomedia, we have a classroom, in-house classroom to make up the capability of agent or team leaders or supervisor to be organic employee, like analyst, like special research digital talent. And after they are pass for the test and they have a class, and they can be the next level employee. So I think it's not right again, yeah. Contact centers is very have many opportunity to growing, and I'm very amazing. Pak Andi always consistent to give the challenge, ya Pak, to assure the capability of the people of contact center. And for the second proven in 2 months ago, I can give opportunity for the agent or the outsourcing peoples to be the Infomedia employee organics. And I think it's a proven is not right if we are in the second class of the employee. Okay, thank you, Pak.
Thank you, Bu Riri. Wow, it's imagine 37 people in Telkomsel in 2000 and now become vice president of Telkomsel. This is very good, and this is very good network as well, yeah, to get business book. Because they are friends and we can get more business from them. Yeah, thank you, Bu Riri, for highlight regarding that. Bu Lisa, you want to add something regarding this?
I think I have a belief that in the past, I think industry like manufacturing, it's somewhere where the top university wants to go, I think, in the past. But I have a belief that the future is not going to be that way. I think I have a belief that the future will be very customer centric, and being able to have a career in the customer ground, where you can hear directly on what the customer is saying and you have empowerment to solve their problem, it's definitely going to give a lot more power for you in the future. So I have a belief that the future is this, is definitely this industry.
I see. Thank you, Bu Lisa, Bu Riri, and Kenneth, as well, Chapman. Anyway, before we answer another question and highlight ending this discussion, because we almost 5:30 now. Today, as this is the first time for CC-APAC Leaders Talk, we want to announce that next in November we will have the second Contact Center Asia Pacific Award 2021. Can I share you 2 slides regarding the agenda before we ending this session? Yeah, please allow me to do that. Okay. Wait. This is just okay. As part of this leader talk, we want to announce that as Contact Center Asia Pacific, as we discussed with most leader in Contact Center Asia Pacific, and we majority agreed to run the award in 2021 in base in Jakarta, and the deadline registration will be 31st of October, and we will have online presentation. Actually, this is a discussion with the participant And this is like a conference, maybe within 1 or 2 weeks, depend on the participant. And we will give award for award ceremony for Asia Pacific in 26 November. It will be online. It could be the judges coming from Australia, China, Hong Kong, Indonesia, Malaysia, Singapore, Taiwan, and Thailand. The participant not yet coming, but I think as soon as this is available today, we are sure that more participants from Asia Pacific to join this event. Hopefully, it's more attractive to have a sharing like this. And this activity leaders talk will continue every month until November. So hopefully this is a good opportunity for us to collaborate, sharing each other and increase the competency in contact center industry. Okay, this is part of the contribution of Asia Pacific to the community. Back to the topic. Okay, so this is very good question from Diki regarding you say that digitalization, digital transformation. So the question is, what is the best technology that we need to invest? I think we start with Kenneth for this one, because you are the guy for the technology.
I thought you probably put me to the last in case I get biased.
Okay.
But I think, I mean, wearing the CCS hat and all, right, and also looking at where the technology is, I think the best technology is something that allows you to experiment and be agile. Okay. I think what the business needs today is really the access to move fast, right, and react, right. Gone are the days where you need to put up your full, budgetary or TCO and try to get the business case approved before you start leveraging some application, if not some technology, right? The likes of, I mean, you can still choose on-prem if not cloud, right? But likes of, I think if you've seen cloud technology come in, have actually made it, I wouldn't say commodity, right? But kind of leveled down the access of technology for enterprise and businesses big and small. So the value, I think, of the end of the day is that technology now is very much accessible.
I see.
Right? It allows you to pilot. It goes beyond just, I think what you're seeing just goes beyond the traditional call center technology, but now the likes of data analytics, the likes of AI, ML, the artificial intelligence and machine learning has now become the fuel for you to supercharge your call center. Yeah.
Right. But I think the technology become commodity, as you mentioned, that and people really not to buy in bulk technology. Now they want to spend monthly basis for paying the technology. How do you think regarding this?
I guess I think end of the day, right? There are different consumption modes, right? There is the traditional upfront, then it became subscription. I think where I'm in a nice spot is that it has become utility based, right? Usage driven technologies like how you consume your data, how you consume your electricity. I think that gives a fair choice for the consumers.
I see. Thank you. Okay. Anyone want to add? Bulisa, Riri, or Chapman? What the best technology that need to be?
Maybe I share some personal experience.
Okay.
It probably take me 12 months to fully pay back for the native app that we can increase the e-submission and also the straight-through process. Okay. Probably take me around 18 months for the chatbot to pay back, which actually the chat volume is now much higher than our core volume.
I see.
And with 80 to 90% auto answer rate, which is pretty good investment, I think. 80%. But to be very honest, what I appreciate the most is the voice of customer platform I deployed last year.
Okay.
It gave me a lot of insights, both qualitative and quantitative. I cannot really measure the ROI or the payback period because I really treasure the insight, the input that I can use to further enhance our customer journey.
I see.
And I think there's a VOC investment I feel is really worthwhile. Share a kind of failure investment I made last year is the co-browsing. It's not expensive. I deployed the co-browsing platform. Not expensive at all. But the usage and the customer preference on using this co-browsing is not that high. So I think from the usage perspective or the impact perspective, this co-browsing project may not be considered as so successful. So yeah, there's some of my personal sharing. There is no the best technology. I think it all depends on your business requirement, whether it's a more structured or unstructured kind of inquiry, or it's a transaction-driven or CX-driven kind of objective. So yeah, based on your own scenario and talk to the vendors, they will give you tons of ideas.
Yeah. Okay, good highlight, Chapman. But Bu Lisa maybe want to highlight, because I think BLIBLI have so many developers and technology advanced. What technology should invest?
I think in our case, I think in our case right now, it's having able to have an omni-channel solutions. Meaning that, you know, from different channels, and you kind of integrate it with your backend. I mean, it's still kind of basic, but be able to focus on the time to resolve.
I see.
So being able to revisit on all the process and be able to shorten the time and more focus on the automations. So that's some of the things that we're currently focusing on. So for example, we used to solve a case within 7 hours. Now we're shooting for 2 hours, you know, or we're shooting for even at that particular call. So that are the things that we're trying to revisit in terms of technology to further enhance and deepen on the solutions. Yeah.
Thank you, Melissa. It's including the delivery of service 2 hours, yeah, Bu?
Oh yeah, have you tried that?
Yeah, I've tried. Okay, Bu Riri, yeah, I think you have so many people to develop your technology and with helping with your group, yeah. How?
Yep. For the technology, maybe with our experience, I suggestion not investment today, because the solution a very fast improvement. Yeah. In experience with many of our clients, they have changed their needs in the short term. If they need, I want to change the channels, I want to change this. So I think if you only have a company, maybe if not your core for services, it's better you use the license like that. Because you can customize the technology with the many solutions today. But the objective is the objective of the technology is experience as cost leadership. That the constraints. So I think investment have to very careful today's and omni-channel for contact centers. Omni-channel is solution, but omni-channel have to can integrate it with other system. That's the qualification, I think, because the big data will be the solution in the futures. So integration capability is one more for technology, omni-channel and integration capability. That's part.
Yeah, that's a very good point, all of you. I think this is the time we ending this leader talk. Very nice to talk with you all, and this is I think very attractive first time for CC-APAC to have a leader talk, and you contribute very well for this discussion. Anyway, can you give me a few words to ending this, starting with Chapman? Go ahead.
Yeah, I enjoyed the chat very much. A lot of good insight, good input from both the audience and others from the leaders. Thank you. And I really look forward to seeing you again very soon. Terima kasih.
Thank you, Chapman. How about Kenneth?
Yeah, I must first thank Andy for the opportunity and inviting us, right? And I will always say, the meetings that we actually have, and particularly, a lot of insights I've gained from, BLIBLI, Riri as well, Lisa actually, and Chapman. I think the conversation I have with Chapman is always like, we always learn something from each other every time we kind of have a conversation, right? Yeah. So I think I'm looking forward to the next one. I'm really looking forward to connecting with the leaders because, you never know, right? We're helping each other solve our problems.
Yes, yes. We still have every month leaders talk. Next month we're talking about the millennial. Okay.
Kenneth, I still remember the hippo you mentioned. 2 years ago. Yeah.
The hippo in the chair, right?
Okay. Bu Lisa, can you say some word?
Oh, yeah. Well, first of all, thank you so much, Andi, for inviting. I'm a newbie, actually, in this matter. You guys have more than 20, 30. I'm only 10. But thank you so much for the trust. And I think I have so much love for our customers, specifically BLIBLI customers. So I think, and I'm sure everyone in this call is also having so much love for their customers. Yes. This is why we're having this conversation, right? And I think because of that, I think I would love to be a part of many conversation ahead. I think as a group, I think we should change on what has been settled. I think the world is moving. I think we should move faster.
I see. Thank you, Melissa. And Bu Riri.
Thank you, Pak Andi. Thank you for all. I have a quote in my company for my teams. Ini adalah saatnya memberi, bukan menerima. It's time to give, not receive. It's related to a leaders and the servant in all the words. It's a time to give, not to receive. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Okay, welcome to all the participants. Thank you for your stay with us to joining this leader talk. Hopefully you get some more insight regarding this. Don't forget to join with us for the next month leader talk. We will talking about the millennial, and we invite some leaders from Thailand and Hong Kong and China to speak up regarding this specific topic. Again, as part of the Contact Center Asia Pacific Association, we say thank you very much and stay safe and healthy. Thank you. Bye. Let's take a photo together.
Thank you, Pak Andi. Thank you.
Oh,
yes.
Photo together. Is it possible to take photo together?
Sure.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. 1, 2, 3. Thank you. Yeah. Thank you. Yeah. Ayo, tim. Yeah. Okay. Terima kasih. Thank you very much. Ya.
Terima kasih.
Thank you very much.
Terima kasih, Bu
Lisa, Chapman, Kenneth, Pak Andi.
Thank you.
See you.
Stay safe. Bye. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you all.
Next month.
Terima kasih Pak Andi.
Terima kasih Pak Agus. Sukses.
Kenneth.
Hey, hello. Hi.
Okay, I'm Lee. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. Anugrah, terima kasih. Sekarang sampai kemana?